Hi, I'm Tim Roble, and welcome to another episode of Adventure Athlete. Once again, I'm reporting to you out here in Laughlin, Nevada. I'm out for my training session. Got my dad playing in the casinos. He'll be there a couple hours, so I have about two and a half hours to come out and train and collect my thoughts. About the only time I get awake time a day when I'm out here, because I like to devote all of my time to him. So one of the things I was thinking about today that I wanted to talk about was ordinary or extraordinary. What type of person and what type of life do you want to live? For me, I don't know, something has been in me for a long time just to be a little extraordinary. I've been called extra before, and I don't think that was going to be ordinary, but that's okay. I'm different. If you notice, 108 degrees. I'm out on the trail today. It's hot. Try to make this video somewhat quick because my iPhone shuts off with the heat. It can't take it. Now, I do know where the water stops are, and when I get done with this video, I will take my shirt off, put it on my head, protect that, and I'll probably try to keep my neck cool. Over between 6.7 and 8.2 miles, depending if I go up in the hills and then down around back by the river. Anyway, back to ordinary, extraordinary. What type of life do you want to live? For myself, I'm extraordinary. I'm willing to go train in the heat. I know I'm doing it right when there's no one on the trail. I like to be good at what I do. You can be a gardener, and you can be the best gardener out there, or extraordinary gardener. Trash guy. For myself, I was an aircraft inspector. I always prided myself on trying to be the best I could be. That meant downtime, I was reading technical manuals. I tried to go to any school that I could. Hobby, I got into welding. Welding, and to this day, I probably still watch a half hour worth of welding videos a day because I want to stay up on technology and be extraordinary and be the top of my game of that. You know, for me, extraordinary means becoming a professional. I've been a professional motorcycle racer, professional welder, fabricator, machinist, designer, engineer. I've done a lot of things professionally, and I define that with I made money doing it. Sometimes the money you spend on racing a motorcycle doesn't come back to direct payoffs, but you made money doing it. So that's just kind of my definitions. Now, to do that, you got to do extraordinary things. You got to train when someone's not willing to train. You can't be lazy. You got to take your time, get off the couch. Take your dream that's over here floating and make that a goal, which the difference in those two is a timeline. You put a timeline. You start at the dream. I want to race extreme enduro. I want to be the top of my game at that. Well, you start looking and start following people on Instagram, YouTube, talking to professionals. What do you do? How do you train? Take some classes. Get better at what you do. Go out and train with the guys you see on the magazine cover. Eat like they eat. Train like they train. Live like they live. Pretty soon you could be that. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not your true calling, but you'll learn something from it. And that's the next thing, is don't be afraid to fail. Throw it out there. Sometimes you have to throw it out and do your best to get out there and do something that's harder than your ability. King of the Motos comes to instance. Plain and simple, I have never finished King of the Motos, and a lot of people that I know that are maybe lesser riders than I have done it and finished. My opinion, that makes them a better rider on that day, for sure. But I will say this. I always learned something from the failures of that. Sometimes it was equipment failure. Sometimes it was a judgment error that put me in the hospital with 2 broken vertebrae, 5 broken ribs, and a paralyzed arm. Tough lessons. I'm lucky enough to have recovered from that and to move on into another venture. But don't be afraid to fail and learn from it. If you can fail quick, cheap, and just keep moving forward, before you know it, you're going to be at the top of your game. Keep reassessing. Be the best you could be every day. That means that maybe you're going to have to eat well. You're going to have a right diet. You're going to have to make the right choices. And getting all of those parameters put into one thing One, that's going to make you extraordinary, and two, it's going to allow you to have purpose and drive towards a goal. A lot of times we get stuck in a job, and the job is sucking out all of our life. It takes all of our work just to live, and we put our 100% into that, but do we really put the time in to be extraordinary? Do you ever ask yourself, could I do this on my own? Could I make money? Could I work for myself? That's the difference in being a little extraordinary. Now, there is a lot of benefits, and I'm glad that I stayed in the Air Force as long as I did to achieve my retirements. That was one of the things that I didn't find freedom until about 5 years ago when my mom passed away, and my thought process started changing. And I noticed that, you know what? Our time here is not a given. I might die today, so I'm going to make the most out of today. I'm going to die doing what I love, or I'm going to survive the day and do something different tomorrow. I'm going to switch arms a little bit here, show you where I'm at, and give my arm a rest from the holding the camera up. I'm filming this on a iPhone 7 Plus, and I try to do the best job I can with that. I try to bring you the best videos. They might not be the best camera views and cuts and takes and all of that. Could I do better? Yes, I could. But for me, it's bringing you the best content I can when it comes to me off the top of my head. I'll give you a shoe review as I'm out using those shoes without other input. So you get something that's pure and genuine. Just another thing that I do to try to make myself a little bit more extraordinary. Why I'm saying that, I've already motivated just to, or gravitated to come walk on the concrete, which I never do. I don't know why I did that. Ordinary people take the path, extraordinary people do it off-road. And for myself, I like to make things a little difficult. If I got a choice to run downhill or run uphill, I'm gonna go uphill first. That's who I am. It's harder. Talk about failures. So my walk out here right now is supposed to be followed up by a 1.5 mile river swim. Now I'm gonna do that with a mask and snorkel and fins and a dry bag. But the failure for this is failing to plan. The dry bag that I got is too small for all of my gear. So I've ordered another one. I'll have that squared away. Because last year at this time it was 120 degrees, which almost makes, with the clothes I'm wearing right now, almost makes this trek impossible. But the thing and the point I'm trying to make to you guys right now is don't live just an ordinary life. If you got a job that sucks, figure out what the next step is. What's the next job? What's a business you can create for yourself that'll bring income? Do your job full-time, work your business full-time. I did it for years. I put in 18, 19 hours a day. Most of my life I've had 3 jobs. Air Force, being a bouncer, and then fabrication out of the shop, trying to make Tim Roble Concepts grow and be what like it is today, which people say, how big is that? Well, small now. I went from 10,000 feet back to in my garage, and I've never been happier because it's given me the freedom to come out and train. One of the guys said, you have too much time on your hands. No, I don't have enough time. I want to live every single day until I die. And if I die tomorrow or right now, I'm okay and at peace with that. But I don't want to die being idle, doing something I don't want to do, living an ordinary life. And I have to thank my wife, Kimberly, for helping me live an extraordinary life, because I couldn't have really done it at the level that I've done it without her. So thank you, Kimberly. Anyway, hopefully this is getting the message across. Like you can question yourself, and you got to come up with your own answers, not my answers. Do you want to live that ordinary life? Maybe your answer is yes. And if that brings happiness to you, hey, more power to you. I'm happy for you. Enjoy your life. Please like and subscribe and follow my videos if you like something that's going to be a little crazy, a little extraordinary. Right now, 51 years old. Priorities are travel, adventure, taking care of my wife, still running the business, and health. Health is number 1 up on that list. If I don't have health, I don't have anything else. So with that being said, if you have any questions or comments, want to know something, hit me up down below in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Sometimes I'm up to 5 days now on getting back to you because I have so many responses, and it's hard to do out on my phone out my dad. So sometimes that just doesn't happen like I'd like it to. Anyway, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for watching my videos. Hopefully you're getting something from it. You want to see something different or something reviewed? Once again, hit me up, like and subscribe. I'm Tim Roble, and I'll catch you guys here next time.